What's going on, Winnerz? Your boy Loso 2.0, man. First of all, I'm going to start by saying this. Go Birds. Yes, that was one of the craziest comebacks that I ever seen. I swear, that joint was so insane. We were freaking, down 26-9 and was able to come all the way back from 26-9 and end up getting that game. So go Birds, go Birds, go Birds. But what am I here to talk about today, man? I am here to talk about Genesis 16. I'll talk about my notes from it, the things that I took away from Genesis 16 that taught me about some leadership skills, correct? But before I get started with that, man, if you are new here, click that subscribe button below. On my channel, you will get live videos at least a couple times a week, 2 times minimum. You will get shorts 2-3 times a week. You're getting a video every week and on Sundays, and you're going to be getting posts on my page every single week. And then it's going to even start to turn into prizes and things like that grow my community. But, we're still trying to grow. You see what I'm saying? But yes, we're going to talk about Genesis 16 today, right? So let's talk about Genesis 16. First, we're going to talk about the promise and the delay. See, God promised Abram descendants, but Sarai, his wife, had not conceived, and she was older. So she was confused, right? See, Sarai's plan. In her impatience, Sarai was impatient because she thought, I'm old as a mug. How can I have kids right now? And since she thought that, Sarai gave her Egyptian maid, Hagar, to Abram to bear children on her behalf. So she told her to have children because she couldn't have any. Then some conflict happened because of this. See, Hagar conceived, and because she conceived, there was tension between the two. Because now you can conceive, but I can't conceive. That was something big for her. And Hagar looked down on Sarai, and Sarai mistreated her out of jealousy. Okay. Hagar's flight. Hagar ran away, but was met by the angel of the Lord, who told her to return and submit to Sarai. See, God, the angel of God told her, go back, submit to Sarai. It's okay. The prophecy. The angel promised Hagar, her son, would be named Ishmael, which means God hears, and he will become a strong, independent nation, though living in conflict. So even though she was living in conflict, she still was able to be promised something. God's presence. Hagar called the land El Roi, the God who sees me. The outcome. Abram was 86 when Ishmael was born, so he was old head. And Ishmael became the father of many Arab nations. Okay, so let's break down some things that we are getting from this thing, right? First of all, impatient leads to shortcuts. See, like Sarai, we often rush God's promises instead of waiting for his timings. Shortcuts may create unnecessary conflict. Great leaders must not force outcomes but trust the process. Forcing quick fixes may destabilize the team or organization. So I'm actually give you a NFL example today. So let me show you guys something real quick, all right? You know who this boy is right here? You know who this guy is right here? See, Hurts, he receives a lot of scrutiny. He receives a lot of scrutiny a lot of times because people say, oh, he's not some big explosive player. He's not this wow factor, right? But he rarely makes mistakes. See, he likes to look at the short gains, if that's what's working in order to take the win. Today, first half, I'm in the chat trolling. People are trolling. And then eventually, after all the trolling, Hurts being able to turn that thing back up the second half. Because he decided that's what it took to win. He would rather get short gains, take all the criticism if it means that he can become a Super Bowl champion. Okay? And that's the same thing that I'm saying here, right? Don't focus on the quick fixes. Don't focus on trying to throw those big gains down the field. Focus on making the quick things in order to get the win, because at the end, that's what all that matters. And it's the same thing with your team too as well. Don't focus on some extraordinary play or something that's going to help you guys blow up and it's going to be explosive and everybody's going to love you. No, focus on the quick wins. Focus on a slow grind day by day, and eventually you will have that win in the long run. Okay, that's the first lesson from this chapter, right? 2, God still sees you. See, even when running away, like Hagar, God meets us in our lowest moments. He hears and sees us when others don't. Okay? And that leadership takeaway from that, right, is handling conflict. See, Sarai mistreated Hagar, creating division. Leaders should not let jealousy, insecurity, or frustration cause them to mistreat others. I'll give you a story. There was someone on my team who, he had a team member on his team who was doing pretty well. He was doing pretty well, doing decent. But the thing is about this team member, he kept beating his chest every time he did something. It's me, it's me, it's me. I'm the reason we did this. It's me, it's all me. I'm good. I'm the man. And he eventually got tired of it. He grown tired of this guy beating his chest, trying to tell him how great he is. And eventually he started to then try to show him like, bro, the reason you're even here, I'm way out of your league. So he started selling. He showed him he was way out of his league, but then it ended up messing up the entire dynamic of the team. See, allow those haters, allow your team. See, I don't care, right? If one of the managers under me tells me, bro, the reason why the zone is doing good is because of me. I had somebody even told me that before. He told me the reason the zone is doing good, company's doing good, is because he does so good that everyone else watches him and it makes them want to work harder. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I'm not sure about it, but hey, listen, some people think this way, right? And I'm okay with it. Go ahead, think that way. It does not matter to me. Cool. If that's what's going to push you to do better, keep doing it. You don't allow that stuff to happen. Remember, you're the one in leadership. You have to be the thermostat, right? You got to control the temperature. So if he wants to think that, but everyone's continuing to do good and he does good, let him talk. Let him beat his chest. Let him show him that he's the alpha male. It doesn't matter. So do that with your team. Don't allow that jealousy. Don't allow them acting crazy in order to take you out of your character. 3rd lesson is seeing the invisible. See, like God saw Hagar, leaders must notice the overlooked or marginalized members of their team. Recognition fuels loyalty and purpose. And I'll tell you this, right? So the VP of the company I work for and the CEO, they were making all of these ideas of, oh, let's do this fast cash. Let's do this fast cash. Let's do like these quick bonuses and spiffs. Then we realized shortly, I told them, people, they care about money. They do. But nowadays, that used to be before the way to motivate everybody. Nowadays, people care about recognition. They want to be told, they don't care even if they're making less money than they will make at a lower level. They were more worried about being at the higher level because of the fact that they get to beat their chest and say that they're the man. You see what I'm saying? So fuel your team through recognition. Look, even those guys, the ones that are showing the results, they may not be as good at networking or they may not be as charismatic. Still shout them out. Still fuel them to get them to keep going harder and going stronger. If you're liking any of these leadership lessons today too as well, remember, click that subscribe button below and subscribe to the channel. But we're going to move on. Consequences of decisions. Ishmael's story shows that leadership choices echo through generations. Leaders must weigh long-term impact, not just immediate results. Okay? So, again, like I stated before, worry about the long term and not the short term. And the last one is faith and submission. See, sometimes leading means returning to uncomfortable but necessary situations when renewed strength, because endurance shapes legacy. I can't tell you how many times I was actually having this conversation with another area manager. We were talking about the idea that you got to keep doing the same thing over and over again. In business, you got to keep reiterating the same thing, constant training. And sometimes people say it gets tiring. I don't see it as tiring, but you got to say the same thing multiple ways. But why is that? It's because you're going to have to keep renewing your strength. Sometimes people get complacent. Sometimes people continue to do it and they realize, I'm not getting nowhere with this. Or they eventually get tired and try to switch things up. It's like, don't switch it. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. But sometimes people try to fix it. So then you got to get them back into place. You got to run the same things you were running before. Get people out of that comfort zone, because sometimes people like to be comfortable and then they fall victim to that, which a lot of people do. So That is the 5 leadership takeaways just from Genesis 16. Isn't that crazy? There's so many leadership takeaways that you can do from it. But I will say this. I want you to comment below which one's your favorite, man. But that's what I'll have for you guys today, man. I want you guys to keep killing the day. Remember, winners win, losers lose, and you pray for success like this. 2.0 out.